to DeCarlo Gymnasium here on the campus of St. Vincent de Paul College Prep. Tonight, we have the Healdsburg Greyhounds here taking on the St. Vincent de Paul Mustangs. But first, before the game, we're here to honor our legendary coach, one of the most legendary high school state basketball coaches in history, Tom Bonfigli. Many of you know of Coach's records, but I'll give you a brief rundown here. 42 seasons, 862 wins, number 6 all-time in the state of California. That's according to records compiled by Cal High Sports. Spent time at Cardinal Newman High School, 26 seasons over the course of 2 stints, 12 seasons at Justin Siena High School as well. He is second all-time in North Coast section history in wins and is the 2-time State Coach of the Year honoree, as well as 4-time Redwood Empire Coach of the Year. In 2019, Coach was named the NFHS State Coach of the Year, and just last season, he was the recipient of the North Coast Section Honor Coach Award. That award recognizes coaches who maintain a professional standard of conduct, have outstanding coaching accomplishments, and additional contributions to their school and community. Coach has won 2 CIF NCS Division IV championships, 2 Division IV Northern California titles, 16 North Bay League championships, and 1 league championship at Justin Siena. Here at St. Vincent de Paul, in addition to coaching basketball, he also teaches theology, vocations, and economics with all the freshmen and seniors. Someone who has a connection to Coach Bonfigli, not only here at St. Vincent de Paul, but also Cardinal Newman. I'd like to welcome St. Vincent de Paul College Prep Principal Tony Greco.
Wow, welcome everybody. It's so nice to see so many familiar faces, and I'm honored to be able to do this. I want to thank all of you for coming to celebrate this special evening for this remarkable man that I've worked for or worked with for the last 33 years. I've known Tommy for that long. I started at Cardinal Newman right when he was our Dean of Academics back in '92, and currently here with him at St. Vincent de Paul High School. I know many of you have known Tom for longer than I have, and I know there's a lot of great stories and great history, and I'm really excited to hear about all those, if he doesn't tell you himself. Right? All right. I cannot begin to explain all of the basketball achievements that this incredible man has accomplished. But what I can talk about is about what Tom has meant to me and so many of you out there and to so many others. Tom, as we all know, goes way beyond just a basketball coach. The lessons he teaches and models for his students go way beyond the skills of a successful basketball team. Tom models excellence, faith, discipline, work ethic, compassion, pride, respect, and above all, love for every one of his students and colleagues. Tom is genuine. Every day he asks me, how are you doing today? How are you doing today? And he always cares about not just himself, but my family and so forth, just as he does with all the kids and all the people that he works with. He has a deep care for everyone that comes into his life. He has given so much of himself to the betterment of others and continues to do that even to this day. He shows, like I said, he shows great discipline. This man is always the first car in the parking lot and the last one to leave. So many have so much, He not only teaches curriculum, but he teaches students how to become great people, have respect and care for others, and how to have a deep faith for God in their lives. In all my years, I do not know of any coach that has a more deep connection with all his players' families, and his students. Tom inspires so many students to achieve their best, and he makes an indelible mark on those he teaches and coaches, and leaves a legacy that goes far beyond the basketball court. And then there's Jerry. There's no way we can have this night without Jerry. Kind of funny, Jerry would probably say he's too young to be a father to me, but again, he's like a second father to me. I can definitely say that. As an athletic director, Jerry has always shown great commitment to all the sports. Jerry will do whatever it takes to support the school in any way that he can. He works extremely hard for the success of all the athletes and always goes the extra mile to go to every sporting event and support all the kids, all the coaches. He even comes to tennis all the time, too. I respect Jerry so much for his honesty and his integrity. Watching Jerry and Tom in action is almost like, more entertaining sometimes than the games. I will sorely miss watching the Bonfigli family affair with Sabrina, Emily, Jerry, and Tom going to work every game. With Emily and Sabrina always taking stats and all that. I want to thank and I want to wish all the Bonfiglis, Valerie, Tom, Sabrina, Emily, Jerry, and all those involved. I want to wish them and thank them for all the best in their future adventures in the basketball world. Please know how much that we care, love, and appreciate all that you have done for everybody else for so many years.
All right, thank you. And now here from Capitol Hill in Sacramento, State Senator Bill Dodd, a Justin Siena alum, and represents the city of Petaluma in Sacramento, here for a special presentation.
Thank you very much. As a point of personal privilege, this is such a delight for me to be here tonight in Petaluma to honor one of the greatest coaches. I was an alumni, as you heard, of Justin Siena. My 5 kids went to Justin Siena. My son Bobby played for Tom. And it was an amazing time. And I know all of you at St. Vincent's feel the same way, and those of you at Cardinal Newman. He took ordinary teams and made great teams and made people believe. And he also did that with the fans too. And I do, Jerry, you're amazing. Your whole family is amazing. It was entertainment plus to come out to the games to see Tom and Jerry. And boy, did that sound right? Anyway, it was, and I think it's been pointed out, but all 5 of my kids, or 4 of the 5, I think, had Tom in school as a teacher. And it's not just about being a basketball coach, it's a committed teacher and somebody that really helps those kids in the future. And I for one, am totally delighted that Tom Bonfigli got to be able to touch my kids and make them better human beings going forward. So because he's the greatest coach I've ever known in high school basketball, and because he's coached of 3 of the best Catholic high schools in Northern California, we felt, Assemblymember Damon Connolly and I felt that it was fitting to give him a state resolution from the state of California, state assembly, and the state senate. And I'm not going to read all these things. In fact, I'm not going to read any of them because you've heard all this before. I just want Tom to have this and know how much I admire and respect you. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Now, 2 men that have helped me and many others put together this entire event are here tonight, and also would like to say a few words and make a special presentation. So I'll now welcome up to the podium Tom Nunes and Troy Blank.
I was on his very first basketball team, and
other teams great, and he makes great teams outstanding. He knows how to pull out the strength of each player. He knows how to use each player on each team, because everybody on a team works together. And I can't believe that's been 43 years already. But Coach, I want to thank you for everything you've done for me in my life. Before they were saying, he's not just a coach. He believes in the individual as a person, which is more than just being a player. I want to tell you a story. My dad was my best fan, my greatest fan. He used to go to all the games. And when I graduated in 1982, I went off to the Marine Corps, and my dad kept going to watch the games. And on Saturday mornings, they'd pull out a chair, and my dad would go and watch practices. My dad died in 2008. It's 26 years after I graduated. I've been out of Santa Rosa since 1985. I came home to my dad's funeral 3 weeks before I retired out of the Marine Corps. And I showed up, and I looked up, and Coach Bonfigli and his whole team were there. And they actually had a game that night. But he was there for me 26 years after I graduated. And I will remember that till the end of time, Coach. And I love you dearly. I was going to say some more stuff, but you covered it. But now I want to give you something that I put together. It's not just for me. It's from all your former players that ever played for you. From Carl Newman, Justin Sienna, and St. Vincent's. And the current players that are playing for you now. Coach, I want to read you this. It's a wood plaque that I made. I didn't personally make, but I had it done. I brought it from Texas. I brought it from Texas with me, and I want to present this to you. And I want to read what it says. It says, the Bonfather, Coach Tom Bonfigli, proudly honoring a very special head coach, and great appreciation for your decades of dedication, sacrifice, and commitment. Thanks for shaping so many lives and providing priceless memories. It is one thing to be a coach. It is another thing to be a mentor. But a completely different thing to be a leader. And you are the difference. And I love you, Coach. From the bottom of my heart. I also got John Wooden quotes for you because I know you love him. At the bottom. I'm not going to read them, but I love you, Coach.
All right, that's it. Thank you. We're at 15 minutes for warm-up, and we'll get going. Join us after the game, Tillman Hall, reception.
We're at the Carly Gymnasium on the campus of St. Vincent High School in Petaluma, where tonight we bring you the North Bay League Redwood battle between the Healdsburg Greyhounds and the St. Vincent Mustangs. But more importantly, tonight is all about the St. Vincent head coach, Tom Bonfigli, who in 40 years has won over 860 games and is being honored here tonight. Great pregame ceremony. Hope you enjoyed that. And we will get into the action here shortly as Tom Bonfigli tries to rally his troops. Hello, everyone. I'm Dave Cox, and tonight I will be joined by several different former players of Tom Bonfigli's, 2 from Newman, 2 from Justin Siena. We'll hear from them, tell a few stories, watch the game as well. Should be a lot of fun here tonight. Hope you are enjoying it so far. We'll get into the action. St. Vincent in the middle of a pretty good year right now and trying to keep it rolling. They are sitting in the middle of the pack in the North Bay League. Redwood, but trying to solidify themselves for playoff contention. They're sitting at 18-3 overall and 2-3 in the North Bay League. Redwood, Healdsburg looking for their first league win, and they'll try to get that here tonight on the home floor. And we will take a look at the starting lineups right now. First, for the Healdsburg Greyhounds, it'll be Beckett Little, Alex Fitzpatrick, James Parmenter, Thatcher Little, and Leo Kloos, rounding out their starters here tonight for the Healdsburg Greyhounds. Now we'll take a look at the St. Vincent Mustangs, as announced by Tom Bonfigli tonight. It'll be Hudson Stipp, the senior, Jack Montanos, he's a sophomore, having a good year, Josh Malik, averaging around 5 points a game. Justin Greco, he's a junior, averaging around 7 points a game. And the leading scorer for Tom Bonfigli's squad this year is Cole Williams. He's averaging 17.2. He's hit 25 threes, and he will round out that starting 5 for the St. Vincent Mustangs.
And now for your Mustangs, starting at number 0, a senior, Hudson Stipp.
And there's Coach Bonfigli. Very emotional ceremony in the pregame. He was actually supposed to speak, and that didn't happen. I think he was just a little bit too emotional. Very rare you catch Coach Bonfigli at a loss for words, but that was the case here tonight. Really important for this Mustang team is their NCS Division 5 ranking. They're sitting right now in the 7th spot. So that's important that they continue to win out and try to get in the North Coast section playoffs at the Division 5 level. They would love to finish on a high note here for Coach Bonfigli in his final season. And now it's time for the national anthem. It'll be none other than Phil Ching doing the honors.
Honor and reverence to you. We ask that God, our Father, Mother Mary, and all the angels and saints protect our officials and student athletes and supporters of both schools. May our players play with intensity, passion, fairness, and sportsmanship. Amen. Please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem. Performing the Star Spangled Banner this evening, please welcome Phil Ching.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land and of the free and the home of the brave.
Nice job, as always, by Phil Ching, and we are about ready to get underway here. And there are referees tonight. They will be wearing the stripes, blowing the whistles. Jim McLaughlin and Bryant Adams. All right, we're ready to jump it up at midcourt and get this one underway. St. Vincent wearing their red with blue and white trim. They control the top. Healdsburg in the white with their burgundy and black. And joining me here in this first quarter is Troy Blank, who was a part of that presentation. St. Vincent taking the first shot. It's off the mark. And there's a whistle underneath. Troy, thanks for being here.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for the invite.
Very emotional ceremony. You guys did a great job. You got Bonfigli was at a loss for words. He was supposed to speak. You guys, he couldn't even talk after that.
That is the first time in the history that he's never spoke.
Wow. Unbelievable. You were on his very first team back in 1981. Wow. Tell us a little. I mean, I met Tom when I was at school, and he was kind of an assistant coach. And he was hanging around. But as a head coach, did he come right out of the gate, and did he sell it to you guys?
Oh, yeah. I played for him actually my sophomore year, too, on his JV football team and the basketball team. And then when he took over on my senior year, he didn't miss a beat. He came in. It was his first year, but he treated it like he knew what he was doing, because he did. His experience as a younger JV coach started it off, and he never looked back.
Cole Williams starts off with a basket for St. Vincent, and they take the lead. Of course, he was following in the footsteps of the legendary coach Pat Fitzgerald, who died tragically way too young, and Coach Bonfigli, that was his mentor, great man that led him. And what were the traits that you remember that he tried to pass? I'm sure he talked about Coach John Fitzgerald quite a bit. What were the traits that he really tried to pass on from his mentor, Coach John Fitzgerald?
Well, fundamentals. Fundamentals is key, and he didn't like, trick plays or anything like that. Everything was fundamentals. The triple threat, shoot, dribble, pass, and he's big on that. UCLA, John Wooden, who's his mentor, and he learned a lot from how John Wooden also, and Coach Fitzgerald, who I played for my junior year. Actually, Coach Fitzgerald was the one who got me playing. I lived a block away from him, and he told me to start playing in 4th grade.
Wow. Jack Montanos came in down with that one. Was an offensive rebound there for Jack Harmonder for the Hounds. Pull-up jumper, Cole Williams off the front. Rebound falls into the hands of Thatcher Little. Here comes Healdsburg now trying to tie or take the lead here in the early going. Just underway from DeCarli Gymnasium. Step back off the mark. And that one rolls out of bounds underneath. Here is the first basket of the game by Cole Williams. Did a nice job getting that baseline jumper to go. And a quick timeout taken. Cheerleaders are in the house. Good to see that. Now, Coach Bonfigli, he did a little football coaching as well. He track and field. He used to always be the starter. Loved being the starter at the track meets and things like that. And of course, considered a great teacher as well.
Oh, I had him as a government teacher, actually in summer school. He loves kids. He loves teaching. And like I said before during the ceremony, it's not just about winning games. It's about developing young men on life skills. And he's done a great job on that. And like I said, he's just an amazing coach, mentor.
I first met him at a summer camp at Wickiup, all sports camp. Offensive rebound and put back it goes. Cole Williams. And he'll get a chance for a three-point play. And I always remember he taught the basketball portion of that. And we just basically scrimmaged, and he had me on my team. I was only about 9 or 10 years old, and figured out later why he wanted me on his team, because then he could shoot all the time, and I was just kind of there. That one's good by Cole Williams.
He's always teaching, always, nonstop. I remember a time going to his mother's house after we made raviolis. He actually taught me how to make raviolis at Lena's restaurant.
Oh, yeah, Lena's.
And their family owned it. And while we were making raviolis, he was teaching me how to make raviolis, and actually at the same time talking about the future games we had that week on how to play defense against Petaluma and the other teams. So, yeah, he's nonstop teaching.
Hounds trying to get on the board now, trailing 5-0 here in the early going, and they're going to take a quick timeout. Here's that move by Cole Williams that ended up being a three-point play, just kind of a power move as he gets the offensive rebound and puts it right back. Didn't bring the ball down, didn't dribble it, and right back up and in. That gets the St. Vincent cheerleaders fired up. Love the mascot. Even got a band going over there in the corner. How about that? Yeah, so many great teams that he coached. 26 20-plus win seasons and 4 seasons with 30-plus wins. Had the undefeated regular season team at 26-0. The only other one in Redwood Empire history was at Piner in 1999 and 2000. They went undefeated in the regular season before losing in the playoffs. So that's not easy to do, to win that many games in a row and go undefeated.
No, and if you think, on average, the average team plays 26 games a year, not including playoffs. And he averaged 20.6 wins a year through 42 years of coaching. That's amazing.
Healdsburg still looking for their first point, so St. Vincent playing good defense here off the bat, and that one's going to be a turnover. Of course, he's always been a great defensive coach, always preached that he got from John Fitzgerald as well, and
absolutely,
and continues on to this day. So Cardinal Newman, Justin Sienna, back to Newman, now at St. Vincent, and he's won in all 4 places. It looks like they might have stepped on the lane, or they might have been moving. You can't do that. After a made basket, you can move along the baseline. Ball's going to stay actually with St. Vincent. Substitution now for the Mustangs. Good ball movement here for the Mustangs. Up top it goes. Anton Rocco. And he's fouled. It's going to be the second team foul that goes against the Hounds. St. Vincent inbound underneath the basket now. Foul one against Leo Klus. Nice inbound play. Cole Williams, once again, doesn't get it. He has all 5 of St. Vincent's points early on. And they're going to slow things down now. Jack Montanos has it up top. Trying to get it to the wing, he does. Hudson Stipp. Nice pass to Cole Williams right along that baseline. He doesn't get it. Rebound goes to the Hounds. Imagine it was a little emotional for the players as well. You know, they feel it, and they know exactly the same thing that you felt back in 1981 as the first basket for the Hounds goes to Thatcher Little.
Yeah, you know, it's coming to an end, and people are emotional about it. They don't want to see him, you know, stop coaching, but there's also a time when someone has to decide, you know, what he has to do, and for him, this is the time.
Yeah, I know that was not an easy decision for him.
No, he loves coaching. He loves teaching.
Cole Williams is going back to the line.
No matter what sport he coaches, he's a winner. And
Got it. 7-2. Here comes full court pressure now. Hounds handle it well. Nice job. Nice drive to the basket. No good. Rebound goes to Sebastian Andrade. Senior averaging 12.2 points per game. Comes off the bench here tonight. Good defense by the Hounds. Alex Fitzpatrick that time. Pass goes into the lane. Back out to Cole Williams. He'll try the three. Leading three-point shooter on this team, and an offensive board put back by Josh Malik. Nice play. Mustangs off to a 9-2 start. Now, how was Coach in terms of discipline?
Oh, it was key. You had
Cakewalk?
to be
Cakewalk, or was he one of those guys that you dreaded when you knew you were in trouble?
You dreaded, because if you weren't disciplined, you'd be sitting on the bench. Yeah, absolutely, a discipline is a must playing for Coach.
Up top it goes. Andrade sticks a three. Mustangs getting it going from the outside, a 10-point lead. Sho Katsuki checked in during the break from Japan. 6'3", tries to get the ball underneath, and it's taken away. Jacob Pruitt, head coach for Healdsburg, working his bench a little bit. St. Vincent looks good here early on. That one's off the mark. Offensive rebound. No good on the putback. And it's Thatcher Little, who's been very active here in the early going. 2:40 to go first quarter. Into the corner it goes and out.
Subbing in is Brett Gisletta.
There was times when he said, slow the ball down. I want 5 passes before we shoot. And if he did 4 passes and he was wide open underneath for a layup, it didn't matter. The next ball that stopped, he'd yank that player out. That's how disciplined you have to be.
Now, did you guys have the three-point line yet?
No.
When I played, we didn't have it. Boy, I missed that.
No, we didn't. It actually came, I think, the year after I graduated. And I'm sort of glad we didn't have it, because we played Cloverdale in the Rose City semifinals in 1981 against McMillan, Craig McMillan, and I had to guard him.
Yeah, those were famous games. I remember seeing a Rose City contest. I was in school at the time, but I was home for the Christmas break. And, boy, what great games those were. And Cloverdale won 2 state championships. But did you guys split with them, or did you guys beat them once, twice? Yeah, I don't remember how it went.
We beat them in the semifinals of the Rose City, the only loss of that year for them. And they were called the Giant Killers because they were beating all the big high schools. And they were a small school. And Tom Sullivan, who was also the co-captain on the same team I was, he hit the game-winning shot at the buzzer to win.
Wow.
And we went on to win the Rose City championship that year.
Now, when you see Coach McMillan, you don't talk about that ever, right? You don't bring that up.
No, and that's what I'm saying. I'm glad we didn't have the three-point shot, because Coach McMillan was shooting bombs.
Oh, yeah.
And he scored like 25. And if he had a three-point, we probably would have lost that game.
Now, they had Craig Bergman and Coach McMillan, and boy, what a 1-2 punch they were. And the rest of the guys just sort of stayed out of their way and let those guys go to town.
They were a great team. And actually, Newman beat them again the year after, I think, for their only loss that year, too.
Wow. 12-2. We got a replay of a three-pointer right here. Yep. Good shooting so far for the Mustangs, and they lead by 10 with 1:20 to go here in the first quarter. Troy, you were the leadoff guy here. We got 3 other guys coming in here, a couple Justin guys, and then one more Newman guy. But I really appreciate you taking the time to do this, and I know this meant a lot to you and Tom Nunes, and the ceremony was great.
Thank you.
The plaque was kind of cool. The senator came and gave him a proclamation. So it's nice to see that kind of support and love for someone who's dedicated so much time and energy to coaching young people and making a difference in our community.
Absolutely, he does. And I'm so glad to be here. And, on average, there's only like 12 to 15 players each year on a basketball team. And I had the honor of actually being one of those years. Not many players have actually played for Coach Tom Bonfigli. And so I can say I have, and I'm honored.
Cole Williams now has 9 points as he got that last lay in, and there's another turnover. The full court pressure is really taking an effect. And of course, his brother Jerry's been right with him all along the way.
Yes, he has. Actually, he was a coach when I was playing too.
Yeah, he coached me in football. He was our wide receiver and defensive backs coach.
Oh, and some of the stories about Tom and Jerry, they're so funny. Jerry's a really funny guy. And, yeah, he's actually a good coach too, and he knows when he talks to players what they're doing wrong and correcting their position and stuff. So, yeah, he's very good part of the team.
Final 20 seconds. The Hounds get a takeaway. This is Beckett Little. See if the Hounds can get off a shot here. Close it out. There's a foul. That's going to go against Anton Rocco. Kind of reaching in a little bit there. Three ticks remaining here in this first quarter. And they're not going to get it off. All right, Troy Blank, thank you so much. Great job, and we will see you again soon. That's the way the first quarter comes to an end here. And we'll take a break right here and be back with more action from DeCarly Gymnasium on the campus of St. Vincent. It is 14-2 after 1.
Sense of community, and you get to know everyone on a personal level. It's not just you see people walking by and you don't know who they are. The teachers here are amazing. There's amazing academics and many opportunities to pursue athletics if you're interested. I've been a part of a leadership program since 5th grade, going all through middle school, and I decided to continue that in high school because of the values it teaches you. Values such as communicating ideas, responsibility, punctuality, and of course, leadership. These values are not only good just for school, but will help me later in life. And just in the 2 years I've been here, I've seen myself grow, especially as a leader, in being captain of multiple sports teams. And although there is a lot of hard work that is part of leadership, you're able to make many memories that you'll remember for the rest of your life, and even with people that you may not have expected to make them with.
And we are back and ready for the start of quarter number 2. Jim forgot to check, make sure I was out of my commercial break, but that's okay. Now joined by Mike Owens, who played for Coach Bonfigli at Justin Siena High School. Give us an idea what year that was and what it was like playing for Coach Bonfigli, Mike.
Sure. So I played for Coach Bonfigli on his first ever Justin Siena basketball team, 95, 96, and then 96, 97. Graduated in 97. Okay.
Wow, so we had Troy, who was on his first Cardinal Newman team, and now you were his first Justin Siena guy. And what were your memory? What are your thoughts about him retiring right now and what he was like, what he meant to you as a player, and how he's helped you in the rest of your life as well?
Sure. He was a phenomenal mentor for me. I feel like he took a player like me who could have potentially been cut his junior year and ended up playing a little bit of college basketball because of Coach Bonfigli. He also is the reason why I'm in education currently. I'm a teacher and a coach as we speak. So very impactful as a mentor. I still call and talk to him regularly. He even came to my wedding. So
that was Brett Giesletta who hit that one at 17-2. Right now, the Mustangs playing lockdown defense. I'm sure that was a big part of the Justin Siena squad. I know he's been a defensive coach his whole life, and he has preached that throughout his career.
Yeah, you got to get out and deny the leads. Otherwise, you're not playing for him. And you got to block out. Blocking out's important, too.
Now, how much did you guys know about Coach coming into that? And were you guys kind of like, wait a minute, who is this guy? Oh yeah, he's supposed to be this, he's supposed to be that. What was that transition like?
Yeah, we actually were all pretty disappointed that our previous varsity coach was leaving, so we didn't know much about Coach Bonfigli before he came, and he completely changed all of our lives. We have most of our team is here tonight actually watching. So
Anton Rocco makes that one to make it 19-2. Hounds just having trouble getting into their offensive flow.
And denying the lead.
Yeah, I imagine there's some very motivated St. Vincent guys. They not only want to win this, they really want to make a statement here. Probably one of the biggest crowds they've played in front of all year. I know the Sonoma Academy game, they had a pretty good crowd here as well, but it's a pretty packed house and a lot of people that they would like to impress. That one from the outside off the mark.
And Bonfigli did that for us at Justin too. It was not very crowded in the gyms, and he turned around that program. By the second year, we had won 20 games, and our gym was full every day.
Wow. .550 to go here, second quarter. Big lead for the Mustangs here. Again, trying to battle for playoff position. Nice move inside. The defense is there, however. Tie-up called. Possession arrow favors St. Vincent. Now, how did that team do, that very first team? How'd you guys end up?
I think we went 500 our first year, which the previous year we were well below 500. Struggling, not playing any defense. So Bonfigli, being who he is, came in and taught us all how to play proper defense, get into those passing lanes, deny leads. And my senior year was his first 20-win season there. So we went 21-9, second round Northern California playoffs.
That one drops Jack Montanos with a nice move inside. Mustangs continue to add to the lead here in this second quarter.
He's been a great mentor as a coach, too. I've been coaching some youth basketball and referring to Coach Bonfigli for any questions, bouncing ideas off of him. He's just an amazing man to always be willing to help somebody else out.
Takeaway by Hudson Stipp, but the Hounds get it back. Tried to lay in, no good. That was Thatcher. St. Vincent running the floor. Nice bounce pass underneath. Cole Williams somehow got that one to drop. It was partially blocked, and he stuck with it. Very nice play on the power move by Cole Williams. Justin Greco has it now. He drives. Doesn't get the lay-in. Here's that last one again. Nice pass from Greco.
Good strong finish.
Yeah, it looks like Greco's going to go to the line. Doesn't get the first one.
Now you guys do this for all the home games?
We do a lot of games up in the Santa Rosa area, mostly Cardinal Newman games.
Okay.
And it's actually the first time I've done a game here at St. Vincent. I really shout out to everybody here for helping us get set up here. It's not easy when you don't know the internet and you have to run all your cables.
Sure.
Basically, I had to haul all my equipment down here, but it's working out. Everything's going pretty good so far.
That's awesome.
Band playing down in the corner. So you talked a little bit about how that kind of changed things at Justin Siena and the crowd started coming out and so how did that change your high school experience?
Yeah, well, Coach was all about, he came in and set a culture, right? I'm pretty sure at all three schools that he's coached at. And it really changed, I think, our mentality and what we could do as a small little Catholic school, facing some of the bigger powerhouses that we would play against. And he really got the best out of all of his athletes. I think that's been mentioned a couple times tonight. He knew which guy for which position at what time, every time. It's an amazing skill that he has.
You guys were in the MCAL back then.
We were in SCAL back then, so the SCAL, that was the
okay.
Superior California Athletic League. Vanden High School.
Oh, wow.
St. Patrick, St. Vincent, Justin Siena, St. Helena High, Dixon, and John Sweat. I think, for all the high schools in that.
Okay,
league.
all right. I thought you were in the Marin County Athletic League at that time, but no.
In the late 90s, no. I think MCAL came in the mid-2000s.
Yeah, now they're in the Vine Valley Athletic League.
Correct.
Got a couple refs from the Napa area. Both these guys work over in that side of the state as that one gets tapped out of bounds. 23-2. Talk about lockdown defense and giving up just 2 points in this first half.
Coach was really big on setting goals. Each game we had to set 5 personal goals, 5 team goals, and had to turn those into him before lunchtime every day before we had a game.
Cole Williams. Comes Healdsburg now, bringing it up the floor. Frank Rea has the ball for the Hounds.
One of those goals was always keep our team under 40 points. I think they're doing that tonight.
Yeah, it looks pretty good at this point. There's a takeaway by Cole Williams. Races to the other end of the floor, and he dunks it. Cole Williams. Wow. Gonna have to put him in the Get Up Club. How about that? Cole Williams in the Anthony Robinson Memorial Get Up Club. 2 games in a row. Now I'm going to say it. When you got game, you got to bring the game. We got a chance to get up. You have got to get up. There it is. Cole Williams now in the Anthony Robinson Memorial Get Up Club. Takeaway up top. Josh Mallett. Thought he might try to get in the club there for a second. St. Vincent just continuing to rack them up here.
It's hard to start that offense when you got a team that's getting in the passing lane like St. Vincent's does.
Yeah, they are just making it really hard for Healdsburg. They finally did get a bucket right there. That was Parmenter. His first basket of the night. Much needed basket for the Greyhounds as they try to get in some kind of a flow and rhythm. Two minutes to go now in the half. Turnaround jumper off the mark. Nice offensive rebound. That's Anton Rocco. Pass goes underneath. Little strong, tapped out. Ending up with it. Eric Nielsen. Here comes Rea now. Left side. Under 2 minutes to go. Well, Mike, I really appreciate you taking the time to spend a quarter with me, and I know everybody really enjoyed the ceremony. Coach got a little emotional, and Troy was talking about the first time ever that he's been speechless. He was supposed to talk, and I think he was just a little too shaken up. It really got to him. I don't know if he expected that or knew, but it really hit him hard, and that was kind of cool.
Yeah, well, I think we've all been sharing a lot of those moments with each other. A bunch of us drove over here to Petaluma together, and it was a car ride full of memories and stories sharing. And Coach Bonfigli is just an amazing human being who's really had an impact on a lot of people's lives, and I feel blessed that he was a part of my life. So.
St. Vincent now with 1:20 to go in this second quarter. That one's going to drop. Rocco gets that one to roll around the rim and in. You have a favorite memory of those years with Coach Bonfigli? One of the games that stands out to you, or maybe even something that happened in practice?
There's so many stories to talk about. I think probably one of the best memories I have is he took our team that second year at Justin Siena over the summer. He needed all of us to bond, so he took us all up to Humboldt State University basketball tournament back when it was Humboldt State. And I think that was probably one of the best memories we had as a team, coming together and realizing that we could be pretty good. Coach knows what he's talking about. We should listen to him.
Step back three on the way. Andrade hits two, and he got the roll. How about that?
Shooter's bounce.
8 points for Andrade. As we go under 20 seconds, St. Vincent with a big lead. Under 5. That one doesn't go. And that's going to do it for the first half of play. Mike Owens, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Good luck to you, and great memories. Love hearing the stories. Thanks
for having me on.
All right, Mike Owens, former Justin Siena player for Coach Bonfigli, and we have reached the half of this one. And it's a big lead right now for St. Vincent as the teams head into the locker room. And we are going to take a break right here and be back with more. Got a little get-up club action. Gotta love that.
The most significant factors that stand out about St. Vincent's academic program are its size, its range, its interdisciplinary nature, and the ways that we coordinate vertical and horizontal alignment. We offer a wide range of courses, an unusually wide range of courses given our size, several AP electives and interdisciplinary courses across the entire disciplinary range. Some classes run at 3 students, some at 24 students, so you can see the sort of difference in terms of size capacity. And yet, because we're a small school, we can really personalize for each student.
So this is a traditional college preparatory school, and so when I say traditional, that means we teach the 4 modalities in the classroom, reading, writing, listening, and speaking. But in addition to that, we understand that it's 2023 now, and we have to integrate more technology so the students are prepared for the world when they graduate St. Vincent's.
AP Capstone is a program from the College Board. It is very prestigious. It shows that you have taken AP Research and AP Seminar, which is sort of like a critical thinking and writing course, as well as passing 4 other AP tests. So it's not our own honors program, it's recognized nationally. Colleges accept it, and not only do they accept it, but they really know that these AP Capstone candidates have done the work, they've passed the tests, and they know they're going to be really successful in college. So we're very excited to be offering that, and I think it's going to really help bring our students into the 21st century.
The role of a teacher is not simply to convey information. It's a sacred relationship that one hopes will inspire students for the rest of their lives.
I came from a small school environment, but I think that it really gives you the opportunity to stand out and just gives you more opportunities to be involved, play sport, and just much more welcoming. Being able to talk to your teachers is so important, and I think that SV really embodies that, like just being able to feel comfortable with everyone around you.
In the St. Vincent de Paul environment, I think a student that is number one, very, very teachable. If I was coaching, I would say coachable. Someone that wants to learn, that wants to be engaged, that wants to be the very best they can be, that wants to fulfill their potential and possibly their dreams to go to a very good college. This is the place to be.
One of the main reasons I chose to come to St. Vincent's was the academic rigor. For me, academics is number one in my main priority, and seeing how this was a college preparatory school and how well they prepared their students really stood out to me.
I think the small environment's great. They can focus more on their academics. They can be students first, athletes second. They can play multiple sports.
I think that sports are, specifically girls sports, are elevated here because of the passionate coaching. I think that every coach that we've had has been passionate about what they're trying to kind of teach us and help us with, and they all want to build, our program, and they're all very dedicated to everything that they're doing.
When I realized that I wanted to go to college, 4-year college, after high school, more was expected of me to do well in my classes, and I think that the academic rigor at St. Vincent de Paul has really helped me thrive to accomplish my goals.
The kind of student that would thrive here is the student that wants to be involved in the community of their school. Almost all of our students are involved in a sport, in a leadership program, in a service program.
The students here are really welcoming. You shouldn't really worry about finding somebody to hang out with, whether it's in class or during Mustang days, during your advocacy groups. You can walk up to anybody and start a conversation with them, and they'll be very respectful and responsive.
The most significant factors that stand out about St. Vincent's academic program are its size, its range, its interdisciplinary nature, and the ways that we coordinate vertical and horizontal alignment. We offer a wide range of courses, an unusually wide range of courses given our size, several AP electives and interdisciplinary courses across the entire disciplinary range. Some classes run at 3 students, some at 24 students, so you can see the sort of difference in terms of size capacity. And yet, because we're a small school, we can really personalize for each student.
So this is a traditional college preparatory school, and so when I say traditional, that means we teach the 4 modalities in the classroom, reading, writing, listening, and speaking. But in addition to that, we understand that it's 2023 now, and we have to integrate more technology so the students are prepared for the world when they graduate St. Vincent's.
AP Capstone is a program from the College Board. It is very prestigious. It shows that you have taken AP Research and AP Seminar, which is sort of like a critical thinking and writing course, as well as passing 4 other AP tests. So it's not our own honors program, it's recognized nationally, colleges accept it, and not only do they accept it, but they really know that these AP Capstone candidates have done the work, they've passed the tests, and they know they're going to be really successful in college. So we're very excited to be offering that, and I think it's going to really help bring our students into the...
Welcome back here at the half. See the score, 32-4, unbelievable. Got some highlights from the first half. Hugo's here. He's got team stats, and you can talk a little about these highlights. What do you got here, Hugo?
I mean, it's been unbelievable for St. Vincent. They're up 32-4. That halftime score is insane, but the core for St. Vincent really has been those second chance points. They've got 8 offensive rebounds, 17 total rebounds, but 8 of them being offensive. Healdsburg really hasn't been able to set up their offense and really hasn't gotten things going, showing really why they're scoring only 4 points. There's not much, I guess, chemistry. There's not much passing. There's not much fluidity to their offense. But you see St. Vincent here. You got them passing. Everything is working. Coach Bonfigli is calling out his players, getting them, holding them accountable, getting them ready to make these plays. You see the Get Up Club for Cole Williams there. He's been a highlight. He's got 11 points, I believe, right now.
Had to show it from 2 angles, too.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's beautiful.
Healdsburg got a little bit of hope there toward the end of that half with this nice little pass inside.
Oh yeah, James Parmenter, he's an amazing player. He plays incredibly hard. He had when I did their game against Rio Lindo Adventist, he had 11 points. He was fantastic, and it's gonna be hard. Healdsburg's, we're not out of it yet, but Healdsburg, they've got to really find some fluidity to that offense because they have not been able to move the ball at all. And it shows with the 13 turnovers. Any pass, any inbounds pass, it just seems like it's been an uphill battle for them from the start. I mean, the inbounding has been a huge issue. Almost every inbound they've had has turned into a turnover.
All right, that's the story here at the half. We'll be back at the start of the second half in just a moment.
Got to St. Vincent's, I was excited to coach, and I started coaching baseball, and I've coached baseball basketball, tennis, and now I've coached cross country for the last 4 years. And by coaching, it gives me a unique opportunity to build a relationship that I wouldn't normally have with the students inside of the classroom, a little bit more informal. And I appreciate the opportunity to have that relationship with the students in cross country. And I notice that it transfers into the next day at school. When I see them, we can talk a little bit more in depth about their life as opposed to what's going on in the classroom. And I appreciate that relationship that I've built with some of the students that I coach.
I think that the collaboration of all the coaching is really helpful and beneficial to us because we have our head coach and our last year's head coach working solely with us, and then we have the JV head coach also working with us, and then we also have the freshman coach who they all come in and they all offer their words of advice and wisdom, and I think it's very, very helpful for all of us, and it kind of helps all of us feel like there's always someone that we could get help from or talk to, and I think that all of the effort that's put in by everyone has been something that's unlike anything else I've experienced, and I've played sports ever since I was a kid. So I think that everybody works hard, and especially our athletic director, Ms. Campbell, she always is working hard and asking us, how are we doing, what do we like, and she's kind of brought up, I feel like, all the programs to their full potential or getting to be.
Kind of crazy. All right, we are back, getting ready to start for the third quarter, and joining me for this quarter is Jack Fitzgerald, guy who knows Coach Bonfigli pretty well, I'd say. You guys were teammates, right?
Teammates.
Did a lot together back in the day. The young Tom Bonfigli. I met him when he was about 17, but you guys started before that as freshmen at Cardinal Newman, playing for your dad, legendary John Fitzgerald. And I know Coach has passed on a lot of the things that he learned from your father and those great memories. What was it like, playing with Tom and then seeing him become a coach and emulate some of the things that your father taught?
Well, my dad nicknamed him the Lion, and so that was kind of his nickname the years that I played with him, and because he was a lion.
I have never heard that. That's the first time I have ever heard that, ever.
Yeah, and he was a leader, played great defense, took care of the basketball, didn't shoot a whole lot, but when he did, he usually made them.
Now, you guys had some great teams back then, and that was when the Cardinal Newman basketball program was real young and things were just getting started before the three-point line, before the shot clock. It was really a different game back then, and Tom was one of those players that really took that into full account and made the most of it.
Yeah, and my dad made the most of the four quarters.
Yeah.
I remember a team, a Petaluma team, that we had no business beating. They were big, and they just wanted to play zones. We ended up beating them, had no business to beat them, and beat them, I think, 16-7.
Wow. I was looking in the trophy case the other day, and I saw some of those Top of the Bay Classic. That was an incredible tournament way back before they had divisions and small school. If you were a champion of your league, you went to the Top of the Bay. And tell us a little bit about what you remember from that.
I love the Top of the Bay. I mean, because it was such a local event, and it was all the local teams playing each other for, a kind of a smaller section of the North Coast section, and you weren't. So it was. I love the Top of the Bay, and then you used to pack that Sonoma State gym.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and you really got some. There's some incredible teams and players that played in that tournament back in the day. I love looking at old photos and memories of that. And boy, that was really something. And it was a tough time. Troy Blank was here from the 1981 team, and your father, who passed away way too young, and then Tom had to take over the program. What do you remember about that time and how Tom, the pride you must have felt as Tom took over the program and led it to success and continued the success?
Well, a lot of people don't know this, but when Tom's first coaching job at Cardinal Newman, he was the head JV basketball coach. I was his assistant that year. And then I went on and coached a couple of the last 2 years that I coached in 75 with my dad when Jerry Robinson and my brother and were on that team, and they were 25-1, and we won everything that year that you could win. And then I coached with Tom, and then the last 2 years I coached with my dad before Tom took over.
Wow.
And Tom, I mean, Tom was just, he is the most competitive person that you're ever going to meet. But you don't become a legend like him unless you're a competitive jerk. And, he had that balance where he could be competitive at the same time. He got along with all the coaches. He gets along with the refs. He gets along with the student body, which is kind of unusual for somebody as intense as he was.
862 wins coming into tonight's game, 6th all-time in the state. And wow, what an amazing record he has done this over 26 seasons at 3 different schools. And he's been very consistent. And what is the one thing that you see the most in the teams that Coach Bonfigli coaches that you saw in the teams your dad coached?
Well, number one, defense. I mean, that's the staple. Everything else works around it. The fundamentals, boxing out, pressure on the ball, help, and kind of a disciplined offense.
St. Vincent with a little fast break. Greco doesn't get that one. Offensive rebound and put back by Josh Malik. Very nice put back there as he follows that shot beautifully, and it's a 36-5 lead. Yeah, defense definitely on point tonight against this Healdsburg team. Nice behind the back move there by Montanos. St. Vincent has rolled out to a 31-point lead with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. That one's off the front iron. Long baseball pass. Healdsburg trying to run the floor a little bit and see if they can get it going here. Nice little floater, and it's good by Alex Fitzpatrick. He's born in Ireland. Comes over here to the United States and does a great job with it. And there's a travel. Yeah, you think about how different things are now in terms of the playoffs, the NCS, and all the divisions that you have. You just didn't have that back when you guys played, and how different it might have been had you guys had a chance to play against schools of similar size, and how far you might have been going. You were always David and Goliath is kind of the way the playoffs always worked back in those days, because there were only 2 or 3 divisions.
Yeah. Well, you just watch them. I mean, they all know where the ball is. On defense, defense is a funny thing, because if you don't concentrate when you play defense, then you're never going to be where you're supposed to be. But, I mean, just like offensively, you have to concentrate on your plays. Well, defense, you have to do the same thing, and his teams have always done that.
Checking back in is Sho Katsuki for Healdsburg. The Hounds will have an inbound underneath, trying to just get to 10 at this point. Katsuki dishes it off. Thatcher Little. Hounds trying to drive. Little takes it up top now. 3:40 to go here in the third quarter. And what thoughts were running through your mind during the ceremony and the great job that everybody did in that?
Oh, I mean, tears. And truth. I mean, nobody said anything that he doesn't do, and that's who he is. I mean, you heard the principal, and Tony Greco was with him for many years at Newman, but you look at Tom. I mean, not all coaches get along with all the other teachers in the school. He always got along with the teachers. He was supportive of them and what they do. And
Armater sticks a 3.
Very unusual for a good competitive coach to be that in tune with the rest of the student body and with the faculty and the administration.
Three-pointer on the way for St. Vincent, no good. Nice pass underneath. Jump shot left corner goes a little bit long, and Healdsburg comes down with it. 38-10, now 2:20 to go. Dave Cox along with Jack Fitzgerald. And Jack, I really appreciate you taking time out to sit with me and talk a little about, bring some memories back. And boy, you're the guy that knows him as a player and a coach, which is I think different than everybody else who's here tonight.
Well, you know, I was with him in '89 when we went to the state championship against the Ventura team. And you know, we had to play. You talk about how the sections and the finals, the state finals, you know, are compared to even back then. But we're playing, you know, in Southern California, you know, at their home gym for the state championship. I mean, and it was, I mean, talk about being in a hostile environment. People, I mean, were literally, you couldn't even hardly get the ball in bounds on the sideline because you had people along the floors, and it was a 4-point game with about 2 minutes to go and a couple of turnovers, and ended up winning by, I don't know, 7 or 8. But that was quite an experience. That was a great team in 1989.
Minute and 15 to go, and a timeout taken by the Hounds. We'll take a quick break right here ourselves and be back with more from the DeCarly Gymnasium. Good ball game. We'll be right back.
Work with the English department pretty closely to make sure that their writing skills in science match what they're learning in their English courses. And being a small school, I really love that we could do that. So in larger schools I've worked at, it's kind of hard to collaborate because everybody's taking different things. At St. Vincent's, all the sophomores are taking biology, so I can work really closely with the 10th grade English course to make sure we're aligned and they're moving forward with their writing skills. Any discipline you go into, you're going to have to make a claim about something, some idea you're going to have to put forth, back it up with evidence, and explain your thought process behind it. And so they're doing that with their readings. They're writing about what they're reading and analyzing the stories and the content there, but they're also taking that skill and looking at the data that they came up with in class, making a claim about it, which isn't going to match another lab group, so they're really going to have to think about it themselves. They're going to have to lay out their evidence and really show support for it. So I think it's a skill that carries over into really any career.
All right, we're back. And Healdsburg has it as we wind down this third quarter of play.
And you'll notice here in this game here how Tom is not pouring it on. And you look at the score at the half, and you look at the score right now. That's integrity, you know. And also he always carries. Look at his bench. He never carries 10 or 12 guys. You know, I mean, every time I coach with him, there's up to 14 to 16 guys on the team. And because he cares about those kids, and he knows that those kids that are towards the bottom, they need to be there. It's important to them. And it's extra work as a coach. I mean, the more people you have, the more work you have to do as a coach, because you have to develop them. They have to get practice time. They have to get game time. It's one more person you have to worry about. But he has done that his whole career.
That one no good. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they can hang on. Right now, they're sitting about the 7th in the power rankings of Division 5. If they can hang on to that, get into the playoffs, and make a little bit of a run this year, I know it would be a great way for him to close things out.
So are they in 5 or 6? Or do they even have a 6?
They're in 5. Yeah, there's 6, there's 7. There's a bunch of divisions now. They keep adding divisions as we go along. Football team here, I think, was a Division 6 bowl winner.
I haven't really followed. Who are the strong teams in 5?
I have the graphic. I can bring it up. I'm so glad you asked because I have it. here we go.
Nice.
Headroy, Stewart Hall, St. Bernard's up north, of course, San Domenico down in Marin. And they're sitting right now in the 7th hole. Now, you never know exactly how the committee is going to line these things up.
Yeah.
But the power rankings are a pretty good starting point. In fact, I think they just approved a new playoff format in the NCS where you're going to stick to your size of your school. You can move up, and it goes strictly by power ranking. There's not going to be a committee anymore. And you can move up as far as 2 divisions, or if you're really high, you can be in the open division. So that's going to change things a little bit.
Right.
So if you're a 5, the highest you could go would be 3, and unless you make the open, which is a long shot for some of the smaller schools. But you will. It's going to go back to enrollment base, which I think is a good thing. They've tried so many different things, and it hasn't always worked out. That's the end of the 3rd quarter here.
All right, Dave, thanks for having me.
Jack,
I appreciate it.
It was great having you. Thank you so much, and we will see you again soon.
Already.
Jack Fitzgerald, as we head to the final 8 minutes of play here. Nice three-pointer for Healdsburg. They did a little bit better that quarter. And here we go to the 4th quarter. All right, who's with me now? Who am I talking to here?
My name's Thomas Gill.
Thomas Gill from Justin Siena.
Exactly.
Thomas, thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. And tell us when you played for, you were a Justin Siena guy, I know that. When did you play for Coach, and how'd you guys do?
I was part of Mike Owen, who's with you guys in the 2nd quarter.
Okay,
there.
you guys were together then.
We were. He was a senior, I was a junior on the teams. We both our years, we were 20-plus win teams, kind of par for the course for one of Coach's teams. It was a lot of fun. We played together, most of us, from grade school on.
Wow.
And then when Tom came over to Justin to help out take over the program, we all bought what he was selling. We were a bunch of unathletic guys that came together and did all right for ourselves.
Yeah, that's what Mike said. There was a road trip you guys took at one point that really everybody kind of came together and said, we didn't really listen to this guy. He kind of knows his stuff. He's a pretty good coach, we're winning. So let's make the most of this. That must have been a cool thing to be a part of.
It was. That when we went to that team camp up in Humboldt, it really made us gel as a team super early in the season. So for us to be able to gel, have a lot of fun, understand what this guy is selling us, and we all bought it. We all absolutely bought it, bought into his fundamental philosophy, getting down to the basics of basketball first, and then being a better human, being a better person. It wasn't about just you and your records or anything. It was about the team and how the team was doing.
28-point lead here as we hit this 4th quarter. Cole Williams has had a nice game for St. Vincent. There he is, stopping from 14, and Cole Williams sticks another one. Nice looking jump shot. Yeah, we've had some interesting perspectives. Troy Blank, who was with me first, was on his very first team back in '81, and Jack Fitzgerald, who played with Coach Bonfigli and coached with him. So that was a great perspective. And you guys from Justin Siena, who had to meet him for the first time, and I don't know how much you guys knew about him going into that. Was there much fanfare, or was it just here's your coach and you got to know him as time went on?
Well, we knew based off of what we had heard from everybody else that he came with some good knowledge. We knew that his basketball CV was better than anybody else that we would probably ever get. At the time, we had a coach, Tony Alvaro, who everyone loved. And there wasn't anything bad about Tony. And for one reason or another, the school went in another direction. And so there was a little bit of pushback in the beginning. But as soon as everybody realized that Tom came in and all of these kids were learning fundamental basketball, they were having fun, they were staying in shape, they were staying out of trouble, they were doing well in school. All of the basic fundamentals that Tom preaches on a daily basis, they all started blossoming at the same time. And he became very much loved and respected at Justin.
That's awesome. Frank Rea, the freshman, hits a free throw there for the Hounds. 6 minutes to go in this one. What were your thoughts during the ceremony?
I can't lie. I got a little teary-eyed. Because what was said out there, everybody that's ever been a student or a player of Coach can read something into it. It means something to everyone that knows Coach. They know how much he puts into it. They know how much he plans every day, whether it's in the classroom or on the court. He has a game plan every single day. Most of the time it's handwritten, and we're going to stick to it.
Nice bounce pass.
Oh, nice.
Cole Williams now has 20 points. Wow. What a game for Cole Williams. He continues to have quite a ball game here. And I know these players wanted to come out here and play hard for Coach tonight, especially with all these people in the house and so many people that were his friends and his former players that they knew it meant a lot to him to have the team play well today.
Absolutely. I'm sure there was a bit of pressure. I remember even at practice, every once in a while, Coach would have one of his Newman guys come out. And there'd be 2 or 3 of the Newman guys that would come run up and down with us at practice. And it was intimidating.
Yeah.
Knowing what kind of players he had, what kind of programs he had out there. And we had to step up. And there is pressure. And shoot, I can only imagine what these kids are thinking, knowing that there's going to be a max capacity crowd out here for Coach.
Yeah, it's been great to see. Cole Williams is going to take a seat now with 20 points, hit a couple threes, had a dunk. He's done a little bit of everything here against this Healdsburg team as St. Vincent tries to even up their league record. This will be their 19th win of the year, 5 minutes away from that, but on a little bit of a roll here in the NBL Redwood. St. Vincent used to be in the NCL 1, and they moved up to this North Bay League Redwood division, and they've held their own at the higher level, and that's been one of the trademarks of Coach Bonfigli's teams, and I know you experienced that at Justin Siena.
We did. We actually played in games that we had no business being in the parking lot, let alone the gym. And it was all because of his fundamentals, his philosophies. Hold the team under 40 points. Hold yourselves accountable to 10 or less turnovers. If you hold the other team to 40 points or less, have less than 10 turnovers, the chances of us winning are going to drastically increase. And that was proven day in, day out.
Under 5 to play now. St. Vincent with a big lead. It's been a tough year for the Hounds. They try to redevelop their program. Very proud program. They were in the NBL Oak a couple years ago. Another chance as Rocco has it. Rocco trying to drive inside, and Healdsburg comes up with a steal. Hounds showing a little bit of life. Like the fact that Healdsburg's continue to play hard despite the score right now.
Absolutely. They're showing some good heart out there right now.
There's Frank Ray, a freshman, and he hits it.
You can tell quite a few of these guys are a little bit cold. They might be nervous as well. Some big Healdsburg guys.
Inside it goes to Will French. And he lays it in. French looking good on that one. Good size. Ask the same thing, Mike. Do you have a favorite memory? Something from your days at Justin Siena, maybe in a game or a practice, something that really stands out to you?
Well, it seemed like every day there was something going on. But in terms of a memory, it was probably a loss. The loss that we had to Encina High School my junior year was playoffs, second round of playoffs, and Encina, because of a few violations they had to drop way down. They went from first to last seed in the playoffs. They barely made playoffs.
Wow.
Because of some ineligibility. And we had no business being in the gym with them. We held them all the way through to the last minute. They beat us by 3 points. They went on to the state championship. They ended up losing to Crossroads out of L.A. Baron Davis played for the Warriors for quite some time, was on that Crossroads team. And Encina lost pretty handily to Crossroads, but they're a phenomenal team, and we played tough with them. And Coach was animated, up and down on the side, on the court there, just every play. He's constantly getting us into the right position, getting us into the right movement, calling the right play, adjustments. He was constantly on us, constantly. That's part of why we would be in games that we had no business being.
Thatcher a little up top. Healdsburg looking to get over 20 now if they can get a bucket on this possession. Thatcher Little, nice spin move. Gets it to Frank Rea. He likes that left side. Doesn't get that one. Nice rebound. Coming down to Perez Rios. Healdsburg with a little full court pressure. Yeah, I think my favorite thing about that ceremony was the fact that Coach was speechless. He was supposed to talk a little bit there, and he couldn't do it. That was how emotional he was. And, there's nothing wrong with that. I love to see emotion, and I think it's something that is lacking in a lot of areas of our society. But the fact that they chose to honor him in such a way today was really cool to see, and the fact that he was so touched by it was really neat.
Absolutely. It's rare to see him speechless. Thinking back here about some of my greatest memories of Coach, I had the pleasure of coaching with him a little bit. After I graduated, I went back to Justin, coached football and some track, and he was also my track coach. There was a story he reminded me of during track. It was the league finals. Not a single team had a pole vaulter, and he came up to me and said, "Tommy, I need you to be pole vault." I said, "Coach, I don't pole vault. What are you trying to do here?"
We need some points.
And he said, "Can you clear the minimum bar?" I said, "Yeah, I could clear the minimum bar." He said, "We got plenty of long jumpers. We're going to sweep the long jump. I need you to go out there and I need you to get full first place points in pole vault, and we're going to win this thing. I'm going to guarantee it." Thinking, "Coach, what are you doing here?" And sure as everything, we go down. We won by 7 points.
Wow.
So if he'd never made that adjustment, we wouldn't have won the league championship that year.
That is awesome.
And Coach was always willing to let you have fun, always willing to let you try to go after the records, go after other teams to a point of you still need to have class, you still need to have sportsmanship. You're not going to rub it in faces of another team. Where you might call a Carolina or some other play where it's a minimum of 5 passes, something to keep the game competitive but still maintain control.
Healdsburg showing a little life here toward the end. They've hit a couple baskets. Mm-hmm. Nice offensive rebound there by Sho Katsuki. Mm-hmm. And it looks like he may be going to the line. Nope, it's an inbound play. Well, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I know this has meant a lot to a lot of people, and it's been fun. It's been a fun day. I've enjoyed it.
Absolutely. And I know from speaking to friends of mine in Sonoma County here that your network and everything that you and your crew does is absolutely amazing. And to put some light on youth sports here and allow families from out of state, whatnot, to be able to sign in and watch is absolutely amazing. So thank you for everything that you do.
You are welcome. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. It's a labor of love, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
That was Greco that got that last one. There's a nice rebound. Brett Keys led as we go under 20 seconds. It looks like that is going to be it for the action here tonight. And they will just dribble it out now. It's a final. Success all the way around as the Mustangs win this one 49-22. And that is going to do it for the action here tonight. But we are going to be naming a player of the game coming up next. Great night of high school basketball. St. Vincent wins it 49-22. Cole Williams got a throwdown. It's all about Coach Bonfigli, though, tonight, that's for sure. We'll be back with our Player of the Game ceremony in just a moment.
Got to St. Vincent's, I was excited to coach, and I started coaching baseball, and I've coached baseball, basketball, tennis, and now I've coached cross country for the last 4 years. And by coaching, it gives me a unique opportunity to build a relationship that I wouldn't normally have with the student side of the classroom, a little bit more informal, and I appreciate the opportunity to have that relationship with the students in cross country. And I notice that it transfers into the next day at school. When I see them, we can talk a little bit more in depth about their life as opposed to what's going on in the classroom. And I appreciate that relationship that I've built with some of the students that I coach.
I think that the collaboration of all the the coaching is really helpful and beneficial to us because we have our head coach and our last year's head coach working solely with us, and then we have the JV head coach also working with us, and then we also have the freshman coach who they all come in and they all offer their words of advice and wisdom, and I think it's very, very helpful for all of us, and it kind of helps all of us feel like there's always someone that we could get help from or talk to. And I think that all of the effort that's put in by everyone has been something that's unlike anything else I've experienced, and I've played sports ever since I was a kid. So I think that everybody works hard, and especially our athletic director, Ms. Campbell, she always is like working hard and asking us, how are we doing, what do we like, and she's kind of like brought up, I feel like, all the programs to their like full potential or getting to be.
Need those. All right, there's your final score, 49-22. St. Vincent wins this one going away, and we are now with our player of the game, none other than Cole Williams.
How's it going?
Kind of a no-brainer tonight. Cole, you had a great game, and
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about what you guys were feeling emotionally coming into this after the ceremony for Coach Bonfigli and everything.
I mean, it's a big game. There's a ton of people here. This is the most people we've had in the gym all year. He's an amazing coach. I've learned so much from him, and just to see that he's brought so many people together in this community is a great thing to see.
Yeah, I wonder if there was a little extra pressure on you guys. I mean, you kind of knew you were going to win tonight. Healdsburg's having a tough year, but to play the kind of basketball that he really emphasizes.
I don't think there was a lot of pressure. It was more just, for me, it was just more excitement. I couldn't sit still. I was rushing my shots. When my shots weren't falling, I just want to look for my teammates. When I can't contribute, I got to do this sort of thing for our team. And not a lot of pressure, but just a lot of excitement.
You had a great game. You not only hit some threes, you had the dunk, some rebounds. You end up with 20 points and 6 rebounds. Talk a little bit about how you like to lead this team and to pick your spots offensively to try to get some points on the board.
Coach Bonfigli sets me up for success and sets our team up for success. So I love to pick my mid-range pull-up. Fortunately, I hit him towards the second half. I wasn't hitting in the first half, so I had to take it to the basket. But he sets our team up amazingly. We have a ton of different plays, a ton of different offenses, and it really helps our team a lot.
Nice. You guys had a great overall game. And what do you think Coach is more proud of you guys right now, the offensive end or the defensive end? You guys look pretty good on defense tonight. I
think the defensive end for sure is his first thing is always defense first and just play with a lot of effort, play with a lot of intensity, and I think we accomplished that tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And you guys are even up your record in league play right now at 3-3, so you have a chance to kind of end up in the upper echelon. But more importantly, you're trying to get that NCS playoff seeding. Has Coach talked much about postseason yet and where you guys might end up? And what are you guys as players looking forward to as far as the end of the season and trying to finish on a high note for Coach Bonfigli?
He's talked about it a lot, about the seeding in our league. There's a lot of pressure to, not be fourth and third. We want to get second. That's our goal, to get second. We want to play a home game. For me, this is my first time playing high school basketball, basically, so it's definitely it's new for me, and I'm just really excited to get into the postseason.
And what would it mean to you guys as a team to finish strong, make a little run in the playoffs for Coach Bonfigli in his final year?
I think that would be amazing. I mean, he's worked so hard as a coach for 42 years. He's been teaching for 47 years. He has so much passion in everything he does, and so coming off this season, if we could get a win and win our league, that'd be great.
Well, you guys are on the way. You had a great game tonight. Congratulations on being our player of the game and making it into the Anthony Robinson Get Up Club. You didn't even know about that.
I didn't know about it.
But you made it into the club, my man. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, that's going to do it for our coverage here tonight. Hope you have enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun bringing you the sights and sounds of this one and the ceremony for Coach Bonfigli. Until next time.